Hey there, welcome to Tim Talks Cooking. I'm Tim, and today I'm making keto pancakes. I think you're gonna like this recipe. It's delicious, it's quick, it's pretty easy. We're also gonna make some ahead for another breakfast or two in the future, a couple of breakfasts in the future actually. And at the end, I'm gonna show you the macros. So tell you what, let's get started. Let's mix the dry ingredients together first. What I've got here in this bowl is a cup, that's 96 grams of blanched almond flour. You can of course use unblanched almond flour if you like. It's just as good. The macros won't really change hardly at all. Next I'm going to add to that a quarter of a cup, that's 30 grams or 1 ounce of coconut flour. Here I've got 2 tablespoons of my homemade sweetener. You can use any sweetener you like and use any quantity you like to taste. I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of cinnamon as well. Get that in there. And 1 teaspoon of baking powder or baking soda will work here as well. And we're going to mix these together using a whisk. Just blend it thoroughly. We want to get everything nicely combined here. Set that aside for a moment. And mix up our liquid ingredients. Here I've got 4 egg yolks, and here I've got the whites in the bowl of my stand mixer. We'll come back to those in just a moment. Now to my egg yolks, I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Let's get all of that in there. I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Just going to mix these together so that we have a nice homogeneous blend here. Next, I'm going to combine it with the dry ingredients just like this. Give it a stir. And we just want to combine everything nicely. Now next I'm going to beat our egg whites, and here what I've got in the bowl of my mixer are 4 egg whites, and to that, to stabilize them, I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. You could use lemon juice if you like, or some other kind of vinegar. And just get them going here. Let her rip. Slowly at first, and then more quickly as we go along, beat them to stiff peaks. And this should be about it. Let's have a look. That's pretty much it. This is what we want here. Okay, now, while we've been beating the egg whites, our batter has become really thick, as you can see here. And so it's going to be too difficult to combine this with the egg whites without deflating them entirely. So what we're going to do is thin this out. I'm going to add in some water here. I'm going to start with about a 1/2 cup. That's 125 milliliters. And I'm just going to gradually add water until I get the consistency I want. And I'll show you what that looks like as we go along here. I'm going to mix it in thoroughly. This is still a little bit too thick. And so I'm going to add in some more, probably another 1/4 cup or so. That's more like it, but I still want a little more liquid, a little looser, so we're getting there. This is much more like it. I'm thinking let's see, maybe just a little more water. There we go. Mix that in. Oh yeah, this is pretty much what we want here. That's the consistency we want right there. And so next we're going to combine this with our egg whites. I'm going to start by adding about a 1/4 of the egg whites to this to lighten it up, and we're going to slowly fold it in. Once we've got a pretty smooth mixture, I'm going to start adding that to the egg whites gradually. A little bit at a time, just like this. And then I'm going to gently fold it in. just like this, from the bottom to the top, bottom to the top, bottom to the top. You have to be patient to do this. You don't want to deflate the egg whites any more than you have to get everything combined. And we're just going to add a little bit more here. There we go. And fold it again. And just keep folding. It will combine. There we go. Very nice. And here's the last addition. Just going to get all that in there, leaving nothing behind in the bowl. And here we have it all nicely combined. And of course, it deflates a little bit. That's going to happen. Now here, I've got a preheated skillet with a lid on it. This is a nonstick skillet. And I'm still going to add some fat to it. Here I've got some ghee, about 2 teaspoons. Get that nice and hot. And now I'm going to start adding in the batter. These are really filling, so I'm going to make small pancakes. And I don't want to crowd the pan too much. I'm going to add them, well, I'm going to do about 3 at a time here. There we go. Spread it out a little bit. See, there's really nothing to it. You don't want to make them too big. And okay, I'm going to put the lid on and leave them cook for about 2 minutes over medium heat here. That 2 minutes is up, and you can see now that our pancakes are nice and puffy. They're starting to get some air bubbles in them all over the place. This means it's time to flip them over, so check it out. We want to do it gently. There we go, beautiful. Very nice. And let's do this next one. Oh yeah, very, very nice. Third time's the charm. Beautiful. There we go. Are these lovely or what? We're going to put the lid on, let them cook for another 2 or 3 minutes. Here we go after 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to check them for doneness. You want to just touch them in the middle. If they're solid in the middle, they're done, and you want to get them out of that skillet. I'm going to put these on a wire rack, and I'm going to keep them in the oven to keep them warm. Well, I think they just look great. Let's give them a try here. Oh, so good. They're fluffy, they're light, they're really just delicious. And here I've served them up with a blackberry coulis that I'll show you how to make in my next video. I've also got a couple of beautiful little blackberries on there, a little bit of butter. Delicious. Listen, before we go, let's talk macros. For the whole recipe, it comes down to 1,501.8 calories, 28.2 grams of net carbs, 78.5 grams of protein, and 142 grams of fat. Per portion, well, per crepe actually, we made 12, right? Comes down to 125.2 calories per pancake, 2.4 grams of net carbs, 6.5 grams of protein, and 11.8 grams of fat. I really hope you try this recipe. I also hope that you will give me the thumbs up, share it on Facebook and elsewhere in social media, comment right here on YouTube, and that you'll subscribe to my channel. Helps my channel grow, helps you find my videos, especially if you click on that notifications bell. Thanks so much for joining us here today at Tim Talks Cooking, huh? We'll catch you next time.